La leche, la leche, la leche, la leche, la leche. Parity, not patriarchy. Past, present, futures. Here's we are again, the Equinoxtrueqsz, Co-Secretary General's Co-Secretaries, and very most special s'mores, ours Comingsz, very most students. Very most students. That's what we like to call ourselves, all of us, everyone's. But in order to connect our names and purposes to other, including hues, everyone's, alls and any's and everyone's. But in order to connect our names and purposes to other archetypal languages and present histories on this our homes and all our planets, past, present, futures, and contacts for heavens and all of our alerts, we also calls ourselves other names, such as including every young goddesses and gods. Now, does that mean we're trying to become a pantheon above others? No, of course not. What we are delivering is divine democracies, so that all of the Elohats and Elohims, all the Ellie circles and Erways, all the females and males, all the souls that God has created and incarnated, past, present, futures, cans, and shells and cans, becomes together again, back and forth, in circles, times, and balance of contact, force heavens on the smaller earths in contact. Now, does that in any way suggest we're trying to usurp the ever-living's power and authorities of the one Mother, Father, Goddess, God of the universe? No, of course not. There is only one Mother, Father, Goddess, God of the universe, ever present in all creations and all sustainings, that yin and yang processes and interactions in all of us, in all creations and sustainings, all our families and communities, all the females reparatively, and all the females and males equally reparatively with their eyes in it, and all the Flora, Father, Goddess, God has given us to co-stewards and creates. And so does and so we said, Namaste, the divines within us, Greece, the divines within you and all. Yes. And we said, Mikatuya Oyasi, Mikatuya Kosiros, we're all related. We are any alls and everyone's all related, because we know we are all related. We cans and shells and cans come together again. We shells and cans come together and back and forth. The circles on balance count for heavens and earths on our earths. And because we also said the lights within us, Greeks, the lights within you, we said Mikatuya Oyasi, Mikatuya Kosiros, we're all related, and we are any and alls and everyone's related, and cans and shells come together and back and forth. The circles and for heavens on our earths. So we also said the lights within us, Greeks, the lights within you and alls. Quotes, Amaz, proxies, Bahaval, Chaim, Shalom, Sol, Salam, Mir, Pache, Ubuntu, back and forth to mitochondrial Vedic, Druidics, Namaste, Chinquays, Sayonara's, Davidanyas, Cheerios, Gajayas, and all the languages of all the heritages to use, back and forth in circles, time to balance our contact for heavens on the small earth. And because we know we are all created and started stuff, and because we are combining into our ways of living and livings and learnings, the kindness from within ancient civilizations, especially the very lengthy Magdalene era, egalitarian, and especially Atlantis, also called Fietis, Hesperides, Atlantides, phrase, we'll do back and forth from America, Vedic, Druidics, and more. And so therefore we can call ourselves very real nativities and oysters and springs every young mature young adults. And so therefore we also call ourselves other names such as co-white gap women's, co-changing women's, co-Europeans or co-boys, goddess grandmothers, co-sister cousins, and co-cousin brothers, nieces and nephews and nieces of clans and gens. And we call ourselves co-sky women's, co-earth women's, co-spider women's, co-kachinas, co-zarishis, shemayas, co-avarash, Avashkaseras, Koreans, Buddhas, Kalkis, Mamaris, Zarashans, Messiahs, and Couszmic Chrisztsz. So don't let these names intimidate you in ancient languages. They simply translates to anointed. Anointed to do what? To reconnect the divine feminines, divine masculines via divine democracies for heavens of this earth now cosmically. And therefore we also call ourselves other names, such as always holy nativities, Christmases, always springs. In all seasons we also call ourselves co-near use babies, co-laundry new times, co-cupids, co-psychics and analysis, co-estrolarians and co-easterlians, that is co-easterlians and co-easterlians, because we are combining the messages of Shushan, that is 50-50 promised and delivered, with that of the Galilee, that is the Magdalens and Nazarenes equally, all the females reparatively, and all the females and males equally reparatively, apostles, communities, and families, and connecting them to their ancient heritage, of course, of the Venusians and the Marians, that is Atlantis, Thrace, Hesperides, Pleiades, Atlantides, Ubuntu, back and forth to Manogan, these words, Vedic, Streets, and more. So we will call ourselves very real stargates, Atlantis, and all holy and sacred earths, risen of holy, ever young nativities, newborns, nativities, all holies, reborn, and always risen, ever young springs, young adults, and last shall be first for her first team, very real Stargate, Star Trek, fraternity, peace, cultures, heavens on the small earth, and contact. Now, it sounds like a joint test to currently to open the Stargates and the Akashic records for reborns and risen humanities, wells of souls, but actually it's easily accomplished via the new millennial golden rule, which you can read at 50/50 now at Strong, just execute the 11 steps for easily accomplished strategies for making custom souls. You can also see a page from the website called Among the Representatives. Use, and use, because use, twos, shells, and cans and shells, transits, becoming Equinoxtrueqsz, Co-Secretary General's COCHRISTTS. And we'll take this opportunity, you'll see our names there and pictures there, yours too. We have our family trees, and yours, symbolized by picture free and frames, and, representatives, and we start genealogically first with our great grandmothers, and then equally all the Shekinahs, all the women of our families currently, and then especially at equally, co-leadings, and very necessary for intergenerational sponsor younger generations of Elohaz and Elohims, always circles, and always females and males, and you see our names are because I can't say almost say 7. We have Jigana and Queen Esther, and all the Iroquois, Scottish grandmothers, and his co-sisters, cousin brothers, nieces and nephews, nieces of Cleanse and Gens, and of course more recently. Currently, Barbara Herschel, Lady Costanza, and Virginia Lily of Launching New Times. And of course, currently, well, of course, we have remembering our co-ed Buffalo women. We have Mary Rosary and Pearl, and especially Mara Patricia Silvers, and equally Sophia and Martha Murders, and Laura and Risinga Crickets, all the ladies. And of course, we are Bluetooth families. Our bonus and Mason Chrisztsz, Josephine, Lily, and Diana's Bobbies, and Josephine's and Mabel's lots more there. And of course, our Lights families, Bonnie's and Sylvia's lots more there. And our reintertwining Tristerians, we have our Ellens and Hannah, lots more there, and of course our intertwining Magdalens and Nazarenes, our Ladies and Lands, especially Victorian and Australian Liberty and Australia, and equals especially the Terry Elliott, and Kevin Beckman, Turkson, Clarity Clare, Judith Jacqueline, Precious Internet, Vision Marie, Papa, Criminette, all the Christ George, the teaching, all the Sister Wizard Ross, Wizard Ross, and Mark and Shirley, and of course, Lynn and Leonie and Jenny of Guy Family, Rachel Ruka, Cosmos, Harry's families, happily through all the leaves, Brothers, lots more, Kinson, Chelskins, and Gangs and Downs, families, and of course, we have our current generations of females, our estrus and Rachel and Anne-Marie's and Julie Anne-Marie's equally, Survivors and Diaz Divine, and Jen and Furs, all those more there, and of course, our youngest generation, our Apples are Risen, Rose are Risen, Earth Essentially, and Souls Everything going to eat us. We have our Hash for Swallows, States on a Star, Source Bodies, and Ladies, and of course, Vanessa Sally, along with his West ladies, Benjamin, Hadassah, Leon Ross, Benjamin, John, Wilson, Boaz, and we say Georgines, and more are Comingsz, very, always excellencies, always excellencies, always relatedly, Soons, LALECHE, I'll learn for new time students, always holy, nativities, ever ye's blessings.